Alright, I'm gonna go over a few things about building this Tankcat raid farm. After building it in my survival world and it didn't function properly, I did a bunch of things, tested some things out, and figured out why it wasn't working and got it to working. So, first thing, when you're standing in front of the armor stand, you want to make sure you're at Y level 111. The next thing is to, with the hopper with the redstone block on top, you want 2 stacks of 64, 1 stack of 16. With the hopper with the redstone block underneath, you want 4 stacks of 64, 1 of 63. The next thing is this chest under here is waterlogged, so make sure you do that. The position of the iron trapdoors, that matters. It needs to swing out towards you like that. Perfect timing. The next thing that threw me off is this whole tower has to be filled with water, and every water block has to be a complete water source. So you're going to have to use kelp to fill this whole thing up because it all has to be a water source or a water block. You can't just dump water in the top and have it work. Because if you don't fill that properly with water, this the villager sections won't function properly. They won't move, and yeah, they won't do that. So make sure this is completely filled with water. And this part here with the boats, I'll show you how to do this at the end of the video. The next big thing is chunk blocks. So if you press F3 plus G, it'll show you the chunk borders. Now, when I built it initially on my survival world, I just built it wherever I wanted, and it just didn't work properly. So if you look at the villager pods, they're all one block outside of the chunk. So this one block outside. And then all of these ones are also one block outside. So what I recommend doing is if you use Lightmatica, when you place the schematic in your world, make sure these blocks are one block outside, and then move it to make sure this one is one block outside, and then you can move it up. So build yourself up to Y11, and then move the schematic up to 111. And then you should be good with that. The other thing I did is I made sure these ones, the three that are facing the same way, are facing north, just like in the TankCat's world download. So they're facing north. And then when I set up the Nether portal, I was facing east. So I went in this one facing east. So when I went in, this one is also facing east. And then the portals go away from you towards the east. So when I made my portal and I went through, and then I got my coordinates where where it put me, broke my nether portal, got up on another roof, and then once you're up here, you're gonna want to build it at Y level 142. So when you're standing on this one that you came through, the far left one, if you're facing east, 142, and the portals are going to be going towards the east. And for the last part, I will show you how to do the boats, just in case you don't know how to do that part. When you get to this point in the build, for the 3 portals in the middle, and you got your boats, you're going to want to build it up like this. So you got your signs already placed. You can put your 3 anvils here and your 3 anvils on this side. And you're going to want to build all this top part here too. So you want your slabs, you want your copper grates in place, and then these 2 slabs here. Then you can go down here. You're going to break this block. You're going to put a temporary block right here. Then on top of that, you want a dispenser facing up, a dispenser facing up, 2 levers on these dispensers, 2 copper grates on top of the dispensers, put water in them, put 2 temporary blocks here and here. This is where your anvils are going to sit. Alright. Then you want to put one of your chest boats in that one in this one. Hit your levers. Now take the water out. Now you're going to break the dispensers. Then you're going to break the copper grates. Put in the soul sand. Now, when you break these 2 blocks, the boats will fall slightly, allowing you to put your 2 anvils, and you want them to face this way. You can break your temporary block, then put your glass block back here, pillar up out, and then the last step is to fill like that, and there you go. And if the boats face sideways instead of this way, it's fine. It'll all work the same. So that's how you do that part. Alright, here I am on my survival world after rebuilding it again. And I've tested it and it seems to be working fine. And as you can see, it's 1 block, they're all 1 block outside, like I said. And even the one down here is also 1 block outside. I did mess up again, and I told you guys build it at 111, which you should do, but I built it at 96, and I just noticed that. But it still seems to work, so that must not be that big of a deal. The only other thing is I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to get this automatic dropper to work for the auto AFK. And I'm guessing the only way you can get it to work is to remove this hopper in this chest so it flows straight across. Because without removing that hopper, it just does not move bottles in. So I'm guessing maybe that's intended to be that way. See, it was just filling the chest instead of going across. So yeah, remove this hopper and then it'll do the auto feed. If you don't want to have it auto feed, place the hopper back into the chest and it'll put the bottles in that chest. And as far as getting the raid going, I stand here, I put the bottle in my offhand, and then I hold right mouse button until the trap door comes down, allowing me to drink the bottle. So just wait until it cycles through. Then once the trap door comes down, you'll drink your bottle. Then just start hitting every 1 second while continuing to hold the right mouse button down, or you can get a auto clicker to do it for you. And then we'll show proof of concept that it works. As you can see, it took a minute to get going, but once it's going, it just continues to go. And if you remove that hopper, it'll auto feed any bottles you get back to you. And then just do it as long as you want. So, hope this helps people to avoid a lot of time wasted like I did, and you get your raid going.